Apple's AirPods lineup now includes AirPods 4, a second set of AirPods 4, and the AirPods Pro. What's the difference, and which one should you actually buy? Before I get into the detailed comparison, if you want to keep up to date with the latest Apple news, consider smashing that subscribe button. I don't blame anyone for being intimidated by this AirPods lineup. Not only do two models share the same design and name, but there are even more new features coming to the AirPods Pro 2. Well, we've got all three of them here in the studio, so let's get into it. Let's start with the cases. The new AirPods 4 have Apple's smallest design yet, without skimping out on battery. All of the earbuds have a little LED light on the front that provides the status, but the one on AirPods 4 actually hides. When it's not lit up, you can't see it at all, while it is visible on the AirPods Pro. The latter also has a button on the back. AirPods 4 have a button too, but it's a touch button that is hidden around that LED. If you need to repair them or reset them, you just tap and hold on the LED. The Pros have a lanyard anchor on the side and a speaker to assist with Find My. Only the mid-tier AirPods 4 have that speaker port on their case. Notably, while the mid-tier AirPods 4 do have the speaker, they don't have Apple's ultra-wideband chip. What this means in use is that you'll still be able to get close to where they are and make them chirp, but you can't use precision finding, as with AirPods Pro 2. That's where it can show like the arrow on the screen and direct you within basically inches of them. It will take you close, but you'll then have to rely on that speaker. All three can charge over USB-C, as Lightning has finally been banished from Apple's headphone line. Now the Mac peripherals just need to go. Depending on which set of earbuds you pick up, they all have alternative charging options available. Base AirPods 4, these are solely wired, just USB-C. The mid-tier AirPods 4 get wireless charging, where you can use any MagSafe, Qi, or Qi 2 charging pad, plus your Apple Watch puck. AirPods Pro have the addition of internal magnets, allowing them to work with any MagSafe or Qi 2 stand. To be clear, AirPods 4 can charge with MagSafe, they just can't hold themselves up magnetically, and it needs to be a flat pad. This is small but surprisingly important to me with my AirPods Pro. I charge these all the time when I'm in the car, right on my MagSafe car charger, and that won't work with AirPods 4. Both AirPods 4 versions get up to 5 hours of listening time on a single charge, 4 hours with ANC enabled, while AirPods Pro get up to 6 hours. In use, these are probably closer together than they seem. What I'll say is that with frequent use, battery life does go down, like battery health overall. So maybe it can be worth starting with the one with more life just to help prolong it. All three get 30 hours total though when you combine with the extra juice in the case. That does drop to 20 on the mid-tier AirPods 4 with the ANC enabled. When looking at the whole lineup of buds, the biggest differentiator is that AirPods Pro have silicone ear tips, while both AirPods 4 have an open ear design. Which is better? It's hard to say. Personally, I've always loved the fit on AirPods Pro and prefer them most of the time. But even for me, my ears can get fatigued. So while working here in the studio, I'll often throw in my OG AirPods because they were more comfy for long days. I've met a lot of people who have very strong opinions, each on these styles of earbuds, so they both have their fans and their detractors. For me, there are two problems I see with AirPods 4. When you drop them, the earbuds seem to always come flying out, and Apple actually had to remove the MagSafe magnetic ring on the back. Fortunately, my sponsor for this video, ESR, has a solution for both of these. They just introduced their new Cyber Flick Lock case for AirPods 4 that offers superior protection for your earbuds. The top magnetically closes and secured with a spring-loaded lock, so if you drop it, the top doesn't come open and you won't lose your earbuds. Yet you can easily open it one-handed, no fiddling. It has openings on the bottom for the speaker and USB charging port. Plus, the back has ultra-strong magnets that are compatible with MagSafe chargers. That way you can power it up at home, at work, or in the car with your existing MagSafe charging stand. As an alternative, they also have the Orbit Hybrid case that retains the MagSafe magnets on the back, but lacks the locking flip on the front. The top still stays closed though, thanks to plenty of internal strong magnets. I love that they come with little accessories too. Like it's a little cleaning brush. Well, if you want to protect whichever set of AirPods you get, you can find these ESR cases at the link below in the description and pinned in the comments. The AirPods 4 are a little tweaked from AirPods 3 to fit more ears, and the AirPods Pro 2 have 4 sizes of ear tips to be accommodating, including extra small. I'm curious on your preferences though, so like regardless of price or the other features, which one do you like more, the open ear or the sealed ear tips? Sound off down below. The controls look very similar on AirPods 4 and AirPods Pro because they both have what are called force stems. They are force sensitive so that you can squeeze them to control media, adjust settings, or answer a call. AirPods Pro 2 are better in that they also have touch sensitivity. You can glide your finger up or down to adjust the volume. I'll admit that's handy, but if you have an Apple Watch that's like synced, you can control your volume here too, which is even handier. A final difference on the earbuds before audio quality and features is the sensors. Each of the buds has this sensor array on them. One of them is a sensor that helps detect when they are in or out of your ears. AirPods 4 both have an optical in-ear sensor to suss this out, while AirPods Pro have a skin sensor. This may or may not be a big deal depending on your use case. Optical ones can be fooled easily, and even just being like in your pocket, while the skin detection sensor won't trigger accidentally so easily. All of the earbuds are running Apple's latest generation 2nd gen H2 chip, and I do mean 2nd gen because the 2023 AirPods Pro 2, the ones that added USB-C, did get a slightly tweaked version that actually enables lossless audio and low latency when used with Vision Pro. Fortunately, the AirPods 4 have the same chip and get those same features with Vision Pro. Needless to say, the biggest difference between them is the noise cancellation. There is no active noise cancellation on AirPods 4. There is open ear active noise cancellation on the mid-tier AirPods 4, and then there's what Apple calls Pro level active noise cancellation on the AirPods Pro 2. After testing these, the best way I can describe it is that the mid-level AirPods 4 were better than I anticipated. While off, you basically hear everything compared to the Pros, where things can get quickly silent. Like you just put them in and it's silent around you. But as soon as your music starts playing, they do a remarkably good job at blocking out droning noises. You can still hear stuff, but they're a great mid-level option here. You're always going to get better ANC with completely sealed ears, but for anyone who wants to save money or doesn't want the ear tips, AirPods 4 are a great compromise. The ANC also aids in a slew of other features that are found in both the mid-tier 4s and the Pros, such as transparency mode that brings in the audio from the outside world into your ears so you can be more aware of what's going on around you. Then there's adaptive audio that automatically blends ANC and transparency modes based on your environment. If there's some loud noises, ANC will increase. Otherwise, it can decrease. Plus, you can adjust this in the settings. Finally, conversational awareness. This lowers media playback when they detect that you're talking. So again, those features are all exclusive to the mid-tier AirPods 4 and the AirPods Pro, and absent on the base AirPods 4. Many other features are shared though, such as voice isolation, personalized volume, adaptive EQ, and spatial audio with head tracking. That said, let's chat about the audio quality. Both versions of AirPods 4 sound the same. There's no difference here, and they're the best sounding open-ear earbuds Apple has made. The Pros certainly sound better, which honestly may be due primarily to the fit. With the seal, the sound is fuller and perhaps more accurate at the same time. The bass sounds more punchy on the Pros, they're less airy, and the highs are more precise. But not everyone needs or desires this, and the AirPods 4 will be more than adequate. Let's wrap this up. The last major difference between the three is that AirPods Pro includes several hearing health features. These will be coming this fall and encompass preventative measures, testing, and functional hearing aids. They analyze sound at 48,000 times a second to make adjustments to loud sounds, quieting them from hitting your ears. This won't work on AirPods 4 because they can still let sound in. If you're at a concert, working in the wood shop, or you're walking down the city street when a garbage truck drops a dumpster, those sounds will all get taken down to prevent potential hearing loss. The hearing test will be a clinical grade test that you can take from the comfort of your own home. They'll play tones through each of the earpieces and you just tap the screen when you hear them. Simple as that. The test is recorded to the health app and can be shared with your doctor if it detects anything of concern. Finally, if any hearing loss is detected on the hearing test, AirPods Pro 2 will be able to act as clinical grade hearing aids. They even had to receive FDA approval for this feature. This builds on Conversation Boost, an existing AirPods Pro feature that helps you focus on a face-to-face conversation in front of you by amplifying the other voice. So which of these do you buy? Well, base AirPods 4 are $179, and they're fine. Nothing wrong with them, and I'd say get these if your goal is getting AirPods Pro for the cheapest price, and you don't want to just pick up some AirPods 2 that are still on sale. If you can spring it, I'd highly recommend the mid-tier AirPods 4 for $179. For that $50 difference, you get wireless charging, ANC, conversational awareness, and better support for Find My with the speaker in the case. Trust me, you're going to need that speaker in the case. I think that makes these versatile enough to warrant that price increase. The harder jump for me, though, is for AirPods Pro at $249. Luckily, since they've been out for a while, we regularly see AirPods Pro 2 for $189. At that price, I'd 100% jump up to the AirPods Pro, at least until AirPods 4 start to go on sale for less too. In the end, with similar prices, it may come down to comfort and preferred fit. AirPods Pro 2 will always be a no-brainer if you want the hearing health features, but the open-closed design situation is another thing. If you want to pick any of these up, there are links in the description, including the best deals on all 3 models. Otherwise, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks again to ESR for sponsoring this video.